Hi, everybody, and welcome to Omni Edition Garden City. I'm Dan York. With me now is Dan Plamondon, the Parks and Rec Director for the City of Garden City. And Dan has lots of things to talk about. There are a lot of activities going on in Parks and Recreation, activities for the public, and also stuff going on behind the scenes. Welcome back to our program.
Well, thank you for having me.
Let's talk about the biggest one, maybe, which is the Parks and Recreation Master Plan. The city has a master plan that it has to update occasionally, but as does the Parks and Recreation. Explain what the Parks and Recreation Master Plan is, basically, and why we have to have one.
So the master plan for the Parks and Rec Department serves as a guiding reference document that will allow us to give direction, let the community engage in what kind of programs and events that we want the department to take on for the next 5 years. In addition to that, the biggest purpose that it serves is it enables us to apply for grants with the Michigan DNR. The state mandates that municipalities have a 5-year plan, a current 5-year plan on file with the state that makes you eligible to apply for larger grants, upwards of $300,000-$400,000 that do require a match from the city. So we are in the process right now with McKenna, who's been our consultant with the project, and we're eyeing the finish line, which should be towards the end of January, to get that plan formally adopted through the city, through the council, through a public hearing format, and then get that on file with the state, and ultimately start the process where the city can start looking ahead towards its next 5 years.
Now, unlike some of the other departments, Parks and Recreation has its own commission, and they're intimately involved in the development of this master plan, correct?
Absolutely. So we have a very good active commission, 9 members in addition to an appointed council liaison, Councilman Mark Jacobs. So we meet monthly on the last Tuesday of the month, and they have been intricately involved with the master plan process. They've provided a lot of input in terms of language, specific projects that were either addressed in the past or things that they want to see moving ahead, towards the future. And so again, they'll be, continuing on in the process and hopefully continuing to serve on the commission as we implement some of these programs and projects.
Now, you mentioned you're getting towards the finish line, so our next step is to get this out into the public's hands, correct?
Yes. So the next thing the public should be seeing around the second week of December is we will enter into what is considered a 30-day public review period. The Parks and Rec Master Plan draft copy will be made available for review at City Hall, Maplewood Center, and the Civic Ice Arena. So there'll be a document at all 3 sites where the public can come in during scheduled office hours, and they can come review that document, make comments, and I believe there will be some instructions if there is some feedback they want to provide to McKenna or to the Parks and Rec Department. And that feedback will be considered for editing or if we want to add something in.
And it will also be available on the city's website, correct?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, right. Yep.
So gardencitymi.org, it'll be right there on the home page, or go to gardencitymi.org/parks. Either way, you'll find your way to the Parks and Recreation Master Plan, the draft of the master plan, and this needs to be adopted by when?
So we're targeting the last Monday of January for the public hearing where the mayor and council would pass this copy that formally can then be turned over to the DNR. February 1st is the deadline. The master plan needs to be on file with the state.
Okay.
That would make us eligible for grant applications for the next calendar year.
Okay, so pretty big deal.
Yes, yes.
All right, let's talk about some of the programs you have coming up. Christmas is right around the corner, and this is a very big time for you at the Ice Arena.
Yeah, so a lot of people associate the Christmas winter season with ice rinks, at least in terms of programs what we have there. And we have a handful of big events and programs coming up. One of our big annual events that we have every year and dates back quite a few years is the Figure Skating Christmas Show, which will take place on Sunday, December 16th. Members of the Figure Skating Club, which have been practicing numbers, will put on a show open to the public, and that'll be on Sunday the 16th at 1 o'clock.
Okay, and they normally ask that people bring donations of canned goods or something like that for the holiday?
I believe so, yeah. They usually accept canned good donations, and then it goes to
Because there is no charge otherwise, right?
I believe there's a $2 entry fee with the canned good donation.
Okay, very
good. And then those go to the home pantry at Maplewood.
Absolutely. And we will be televising. They do kind of a pre-show the Friday before for one of the elementary schools. We'll be televising that show and have that on GCTV.
Absolutely.
Now, a new event that the city is trying this year is something called a Santa Ride, and Santa's going to be available for kids to wave at and say Merry Christmas to on December 20th, right, on Thursday?
Yep, that's correct. So Thursday, December 20th, Santa is going to start a trip around town. It'll be held at 7 p.m. He'll leave City Hall and take a trip around and be escorted by Garden City Police and firemen and wave to kids. They can just poke their heads out their house and see Santa drive by. But we definitely want to encourage families maybe to look at that route to see where Santa is going to be that night.
The route is on the website under Santa Ride. It's primarily Marquette and Maplewood, so folks know. And again, this is Santa won't be stopping. This will be Santa just making kind of a leisurely stroll, escorted by the police and fire, down Maplewood, down Marquette, and a couple of other streets. But it's mostly so you can just wave to him and see Santa one last time before he heads back to the North Pole.
Absolutely, yes.
All right, so also along with that, you've got a Skate with Santa event coming up this year.
That's correct. And we did this a number of years ago, and it's fallen off the radar a little bit the last couple years. But we're bringing it back this year. Skate with Santa Claus at the Ice Arena will take place on Saturday, December 22nd, and that event will be held at 12 o'clock. Admission is $4, all ages, which includes skate rental. Santa Claus will be there, and we'll introduce him after the kids come into the arena, and he'll be on the ice, skating to holiday tunes with families on the ice. And then we're going to ask him to step off the ice and sit down with the kids and allow the kids to sit on his lap, and mom and dad can get photos, and kids can tell him what they want for Christmas. So we're looking forward to that event.
Now, when Christmas break comes, the school break, there are lots of things for kids to do at the Ice Arena this year.
Yeah, and we take advantage of that time, and that families are home, kids are looking for stuff to do. We typically offer our bread and butter programs at the arena: open skate, glow skate, sticks and pucks. Usually those programs are held on the weekends only. During Christmas break, which is the 2 weeks before Christmas until the week after New Year's, I believe.
Right.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of those weeks. So the rink is closed Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Wednesday through Friday, we'll have public skating daily at 1 o'clock on that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then we'll have additional sessions of sticks and pucks, which is kind of like open gym for hockey players. No games, but just hit the puck at the net.
Yeah, okay.
And that'll be held at 2:30. We have additional sessions of figure skating freestyle practice. And we have our typical glow skate on Saturdays, which is a big event for us. And then new this year, which is kind of one of our newest programming ideas that we brought back to the arena, I've heard it was offered years ago, is we brought BROOMBALL back. BROOMBALL is open to men and women. We advertise it to ages 16 and up, and we have drop-in BROOMBALL offered in the arena on every Wednesday night currently, which is offered at a discounted rate of $5 in December only. And we offered some additional BROOMBALL sessions during Christmas break. And we're hoping to grow that into some men's and co-ed BROOMBALL leagues that would start after January 1st.
Now, the thing about BROOMBALL, and it's exactly what it sounds like, you don't wear skates.
Correct.
You have almost just giant kitchen brooms, right?
Right.
And you shoot at very large nets.
Right.
So this is, this is kind of like the equivalent of Class E softball.
Right.
This does not require a skill level necessarily.
Right.
There are some people that are very good at it and take it very seriously, but that's not necessarily what it's all about.
Correct. And as we've started this process of trying to introduce this program back into our mix, we've seen a big group of alumni from Michigan Tech University that have kind of invaded this BROOMBALL program in a good way. They've been showing up with some good numbers, and these guys are very competitive. The nice thing about the leagues that we're offering is we're offering a recreational co-ed league, which is obviously open to men and women. Then we're offering a competitive league on Wednesdays. So we call it skateless ice hockey. The net the frame that you shoot on is 6 feet by 8 feet, so it's a good size frame.
It's almost like a soccer net.
It really is, yeah, and it's fun. It's really big on college campuses. Intramural sports departments offered it. When I was in college at Ohio University, not Ohio State, Ohio U, we would play it, and you play it on shaved up ice, so you don't want the ice to be real slick.
Right.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So I invite anybody to come just try it out, or maybe just spectate and see if it's something they might be interested in. So we offer drop-in broomball every Wednesday at 9 o'clock at night. For an hour and a half, and then we're going to be starting the leagues right after the first of the year.
Very cool. That's a very neat program.
Absolutely.
So with the change into the new year, even though we've barely got any snow and it's just been cold, but you're already looking forward now to summer and warm weather activities, and people start to sign up for those, right?
Absolutely. So we got a few things in the hopper right now. We have the Bacon Run. We'll be going into the 4th year of the Bacon Run. And we'll be starting registration for the Bacon Run on Christmas Day. And last year we kicked it off with a promo, a discount code where people could sign up for $5 off. And the promo code is Santa Loves Bacon, all caps, Santa Loves Bacon. And you can go to greatbaconrun.org. There's some teaser information on the website right now. But we'll start registration with a $10 off registration. That's the only time we're going to offer $10 off the registration. The date of the event's going to be August 17th, Saturday the 17th. It'll be start and finish in Garden City Park, and we'll have the 5K, the 10K. We're going to bring back the kids run, and this year we're introducing another new event. We're going to offer a 1-mile run, which will stay in the park.
Okay.
So that'll be real nice. It'll incorporate some of the walking path, which a lot of folks use here in the community and outside the community. So we have the Bacon Run. We're gearing up for adult softball registration, believe it or not. Registration for that starts on January 14th. And then one of the big mainstay programs in this community has been every year at the start of the calendar year, we open registration for pavilions at Garden City Park. This year, registration will start on Wednesday, January 2nd for pavilion reservations for residents and non-residents. We usually have a lineup of folks that are looking to book that date. So I would encourage, if you know the date for your reunion or company picnic or whatever, you might want to give us a call. But we'll start registration that day, and we won't take call-in that day because we do get a good-sized traffic turnout for that. So we've got that, the Bacon Run, softball signups, and lots going on.
So just quickly going back to the Bacon Run, last year was the first year that it was moved out of the streets around City Hall, moved to City Park. You learned some things from that, and you're going to make some modifications for this year's Bacon Run, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. In 2018, we introduced the 10K, which is a 6.2 mile run. We didn't get as large of a registration as we had hoped for. The one thing that we learned with that event is we occupied about 5 miles of Garden City neighborhood streets, just north of the park. This year, we're going to continue to do the 10K, but we're going to take the 5K route and we're going to just double loop it. So you would run that twice.
All right.
So neighbors, residents in that neighborhood will see less streets that will be blocked off. We'll still run the 10K for the people that want to run a 6.2 mile run, but you'll just do a double loop. So I think that will be received better.
And the participation last year was great.
Absolutely. My goal dating back to 2016 with this event when the DDA was running it is I really felt if this thing was branded and developed the right way and it offered the amenities that runners really enjoy, that there's no reason we couldn't get 500 runners, walkers as well. And that includes the kids and the kids run. Last year we ended up with about 475, which is our largest registration to date. So my goal is to pass that 500, plus some. So we're excited, and a lot of the details are slowly just coming together. But I would encourage anybody that's got that date marked on their calendar for that event. Stay in tune with the website. Don't miss that promo code, $10 off. That's a good savings. But we'll continue to offer small promotions throughout the registration period.
Right. And one of the great things about this, even though there are lots of residents that participate in this is a destination. This brings a lot of runners from around the state, and you had runners from all over the country show up for this event. Yeah,
last year we had some folks that drove in from Kansas City, Illinois. We had some folks that came in obviously from Canada. I think we had a runner register from home residence was in New York.
Okay.
We had over 70 cities represented from Michigan. So we definitely, you know, as much as Garden City was well represented, which was our highest turnout in the demographic breakdown, it was definitely a destination race.
Yeah.
One of my favorite stories from the 2018 run was we had a group of 4 that their bucket list was to do an organized 5K or 10K run in every state throughout the country. And they chose Garden City's Bacon Run for their Michigan run. These are the folks from Kansas City.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard, they'll be coming back next year, even though they've already checked Michigan off their list.
That's okay. We'll welcome them back.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, so we're excited. I can already smell the bacon. I'm excited. So.
And one last event that you have coming up over after the first of the year, we want people to get this on their calendar. It's not necessarily a city event, but it encompasses a lot of cities. The Heroes for Hockey game that has become a regular event at the Ice Arena.
Yeah, and I'm going to mess up the number here. I think we're either in the 6th or 7th year of this event, and,
Sure.
and the focus has changed in the last couple of years. Police and fire are now combined as one hockey team. They take on the Michigan Warriors, which, you know, the big focus with them is veterans and raising awareness and money for PTSD. So last year, event organizers, you know, Bruce Shippey and Tom Winsel, Councilman Jacobs was actively involved with that. So we've got Saturday, January 12th as the date of this event. We're targeting a 1 p.m. Drop of the puck or shortly thereafter. And I know a lot of the details are coming together as we speak, so I would expect something on the website very soon with that.
Right, but and it brings in a lot of different people, a lot of different activities. There are auctions and different ways, 50-50 raffles, all kinds of different things people can do to participate and help make a contribution towards these programs.
Yeah, absolutely. Big kudos to you know, the participation they got with that event the last couple years. That event seems to really be growing, and we're excited to have that event take place next year.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
So again, the closest things coming up is the Garden City Figure Skating Christmas Show, Holiday Show, which is on December 16th, the Santa Ride on December 20th, and then all kinds of, and Skate with Santa on December 22nd, then all kinds of great programming at the arena over the holiday. Websites for people to check out the information on the arena.
So we want to point people to the city website, gardencitymi.org/parks. If you're looking for Ice Arena specific programs, you can go there, or you can go to gcicearena.com.
Very good.
And we've populated that site with a lot of detail and a lot of information. So definitely encourage people to go to either site.
All right, well, great job with everything at the parks, and happy holidays.
All right, same to you.
All right, that's Omni Edition Garden City for today. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.